evening. You're watching Your World Tonight, and I'm Sana Khan. Let's take a look at the headlines we're tracking. After the mass molestation in India's Bengaluru city on New Year's Eve, police detain 4 men in connection with another shocking case of sexual harassment and assault of a woman, also from Bengaluru. The Islamic State, in a recently released video, shows the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi with the Turkish president reportedly accusing the leader of working against the interests of Muslims. The Election Commission of India announces poll dates for 5 states. The high-stakes assembly elections in Uttar Pradesh will be held over 7 phases between 11th February and the 8th of March. Winds of change in Tamil Nadu politics after years of waiting in the wings. Playing the second fiddle, MK Stalin elected as DMK's working president. And more violence in West Bengal. The BJP's office in Hooghly set ablaze allegedly by Trinamool Congress workers. This is the second time in the last 2 days that a BJP office in the state has been attacked. We start with news from India. The new year didn't start on a positive note in the tech city of Bengaluru in the state of Karnataka. After the mass molestation shocker on New Year's Eve, another video surfaced today raising questions on the safety of women there. The victim was first accosted, then molested and even assaulted by bystanders watched on. WION's Nishita Virendra reports.
After another CCTV video of a girl being molested in full public view surfaced, Bengaluru and the nation is shocked again. This time, the noise to bring the culprits to book has gotten louder.
I think Bangalore city is becoming unsafe nowadays. So they have to take some precautions. Even the girls, boys should be aware of what is happening. Why is this happening? This shouldn't happen. So somebody give a good example and some incidents teach them a lesson.
Ironically, the incident took place only a short distance away from the area police station. Additional Commissioner of Police Hemant Nimbalkar assured that a suo motu complaint had been registered and action had been initiated. Reports also suggested that the crime branch had zeroed in on the suspects.
We have already seen the timing of the offense and what exactly has happened during that particular place and at that particular time. So the entire thing will be perused and detailed investigation is being done into those things.
The incident comes close on the heels of the mass molestation shocker that occurred on New Year's Eve in Bengaluru. Police Commissioner Praveen Sood did his bit to assure Bengalurians that action was being initiated against the perpetrators based on the evidence found in the CCTV footages from Brigade Road and MG Road.
We did not waste time. We did not wait to look for the complainant. We suo motu, we have registered the case. The investigation has started. The whole team headed by DCP is investigating. And we will make all efforts. We are sure we will catch the culprits at the earliest.
Kamanahalli is one of the more posh areas of the city and is home to many students and expats. The brazen case of sexual violence has raised questions on the safety of the locality and will surely work its way to denting the image of brand Bengaluru. Let me just take you through the location where this entire incident took place. Now, this is a very small street where I'm standing, where the girl was molested in the dead of the night. She was walking towards her house, which we believe is in the end of this road. And that's when 2 bike-borne miscreants passed by her. They stopped their vehicle, took a U-turn, came to her and molested her for quite some time before she cried out for help. The people living in this house did hear her screams, but no one came forth to help her out. In fact, in the footage, we can also see a few other people on their bikes who were standing right behind watching what had happened, but no one came forth to help the girl out. With video journalist Padmanabha Rao, this is Nishchita for WION Bengaluru.
All right, now my colleague Nishchita Virendra joins me over the phone line from Bengaluru for details on this big story emerging from Karnataka. Nishchita, can you give us an update on what's the latest? We hear now that the Bengaluru police has made 4 detentions. Now, there are 2 separate cases that have come to light in Bengaluru. Shed some light on what these detentions, which case do they pertain to, first of all?
Well, these 4 detentions are in connection with the Kamanhalli case, in connection to the case that emerged today of the video footage. Sana, we understand that as many as 12 individuals had been initially questioned, and then they brought it down to 4 after eliminating these detainees based on the sort of evidence that they received after questioning them. And we also understand that one of these detainees has confessed to the crime. However, the police have not confirmed the information on that front, but we understand that one of the active politician of Karnataka, Shruti, who belongs to the Bharatiya Janata Party, who visited the Basavanagudi police station, which is the jurisdictional police station, interacted with the investigating officials, and she told the media that one of the accused has confessed to the crime and that he might be arrested soon. So far, no arrests have been made. We understand that only detentions have been made.
All right, Nishchita, now, as you also talked about in your report, these 2 cases will surely in the days to come in some way impact or dent the brand of Bengaluru as such, because we see so many young people coming into the tech city, which is also called India's Silicon Valley, coming there to work perhaps. For them, indeed, this is going to be a big shocker. What's the sentiment on the ground? I'm sure you must be interacting with a lot of youngsters post these incidents in Bengaluru.
Absolutely, Sana. Bengaluru is one of the fastest growing cities of the world, and every single year we have scores of youngsters coming into the city in search of jobs as well as education. And apart from that, the government is also looking forward to the Pravasi Divas, where they hope that a good amount of investment will come through for Bengaluru. Let's not forget that while on one hand, Bengaluru is known for being the Silicon Valley, on the other hand, we are extremely far behind on infrastructure, and the administration is dependent on these investments that come in. So if on an international level, Bengaluru, the brand of Bengaluru is being dented because of such incidents, then definitely it will be a holistic damage that the city will suffer from. Not just the image, but also investments will fall short, and we will see youngsters thinking twice before actually coming into the city, whether it is for education or jobs. Also, something adding on to the fact that these incidents are taking place in the first place is the fact that none of these victims are coming forward to even file a complaint.
Right.
And that shows the lack of faith that they have in the administration and the system, Sana.
All right, Nishchita, we'll leave it at that. Thanks so much for joining us and sharing the very latest on that story. We now move on. A video released by the Islamic State after the Syrian army declared victory in eastern Aleppo shows a picture of the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi with Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. This is the first time that the Indian Prime Minister appears clearly on an Islamic State video. This 19-minute-long video is basically a propaganda attack against Turkey and its recent involvement in the offensive to retake Raqqa. That's the capital of the Islamic State. Now, after years of neutrality, Turkey is now openly backing several anti-Islamic State rebel groups and has deployed its soldiers on the front line in northern Syria. The US-backed Air Force coalition, which supports the mixed Arab-Kurd Syrian Democratic Forces, have agreed for the first time to provide air support to Turkish troops. All right, in fact, talking more about this, now part of this video has been shot in the Syrian city of Al-Bab. That's about 40 kilometers from Aleppo. And in fact, the video is 19 minutes long. Joining me in the studio is Daniele Pagani, who's going to give us a perspective as to what this video is all about and what it means, the very fact that the Indian Prime Minister figures in an Islamic State video. Daniele, first of all, elaborate a little more on what are the contents of the video. We believe it gets a bit violent towards the end.
Yes, obviously we do not want to show the entire video for 2 reasons. First of all, we don't want to become instrument of the Islamic State propaganda, and second of all, in the last couple of minutes there are 2 Turkish soldiers, very young. One is 21 years old and one is 26 years old, and they are burnt alive by two terrorists, and it's a very and highly disturbing video. The video, as you correctly said, has probably been shot in Al-Bab, which is a city roughly 40 kilometers from Aleppo. Al-Bab is the center of the Turkey offensive right now. It is there that Turkish-backed rebels are fighting, boots on the ground, and also that Turkey sent its first troops when it entered the Syrian civil war scenario. So that's, I would say, that's right now the focus point of the fight between the Islamic State and Turkey.
All right. Also, now there are a lot of reports, particularly in the Indian media, talking about the appearance of the Indian Prime Minister, and one is led to believe that Islamic State militants say somewhere in Arabic through the video, you know, something about Narendra Modi along with Erdogan and President Obama, all of them, you know, working against the interests of Muslims across the world. Now, is that true? What is your understanding of why Narendra Modi figures in it?
So, I think there has been a little bit of, I would say, excitement and hysteria because of this. I've translated the footage, and it never speaks directly about Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, nor it speaks about India or any involvement that India could have in one of the wars that the Islamic State consider as being fought against the Muslim community.
So there's absolutely no reference to India?
No,
okay.
not when it comes to speaking. But we cannot deny that among other leaders there is one picture which is portraying the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Yes, he's not the only Prime Minister present there. There is former President Obama, there is Putin, there is also a high clergy from Iran, there is Pope Francis I. So it is, I would say, all the prime ministers and presidents who probably the Islamic State consider as their enemies are there. And yes, we cannot deny that Indian Prime Minister is there. So this gives us the sense that the Islamic State maybe in their mind has India as a possible target. This is not the first time that the Islamic State connects with India somehow.
All right, Daniele. So, as you mentioned, there's been a lot of excitement and hysteria as well, but one shouldn't read too much into the video as well, unless and until there's a very specific reference somewhere in the text as well, which you're saying is missing in the translations. Thanks so much, Daniele, for joining us and putting the story in perspective for our viewers. All right, we move on to politics of Tamil Nadu after the change of guard in the AIADMK that was forced by J. Jayalalitha's death last month. Arch-rival DMK is in reboot mode. Sparking another leadership change in Tamil Nadu politics, Stalin has been elected the party's working president, a post that was created for him in view of his father, M.K. Karunanidhi's failing health. From serving the party as its treasurer to his much-anticipated elevation as DMK's working president, M.K. Stalin was moved to tears. 92-year-old Karunanidhi, who for the first time since 1949 skipped the General Council meet, sent the workers into a celebration mode. An emotional Stalin thanked his father while expressing concern over his deteriorating health. However, his elevation does not come as a surprise. Karunanidhi has been grooming Stalin to take over from him. In 2008, Stalin was elected DMK treasurer. The following year, after DMK won the parliamentary election, Stalin was appointed the deputy chief minister. In 2013, Karunanidhi named him as his heir, a move that angered elder brother and former minister M.K. Aragiri. After making derogatory remarks against Stalin in a television interview, Aragiri was removed from the DMK in 2014. And in 2015, Stalin was re-elected as the treasurer. Stalin's elevation comes at a time when the rival AIDMK is without its tallest leader, Jayalalitha, and its future is uncertain under the untested Shashikala Natarajan. Sana Khan, WION. All right, we're going to be talking more about this in just a bit. Time now for a very short break on Your World Tonight. Be right back.